right, everybody. Thank you for coming out tonight. My name is David Porter, and I will be hosting A2NewTech tonight. Brian Kelly is unable to be here tonight, so I am emceeing. If you remember, I was here in January as well, so I will also be joining you all at Pizza House tonight. Thank you very much. So this is a wonderful event. It's a great event. I've been, really happy to be here a lot over the last couple of years. Since 2009, we've had over 100 meetups, 300 plus companies, 6,000 members. In 2017 alone, we had 12 meetups, 60 pitches, and 57 companies. So, first thing we like to do for the audience, we like to ask a few questions. I'd like to see a raise of hands for first-time members. Anybody first-time members? Wow, very nice. This is great. We always see a lot of first-timers. Anybody that's hiring, we'd like to see that. Anybody hiring? Nice. That's awesome. Anybody that's looking for a job? Nice. All right, you guys got to talk to each other. Hopefully something works out there. So, why is this meetup important? So Ann Arbor is a small city. I just recently moved here from Indiana, actually. And the thing that I really thought that was interesting about Ann Arbor that's unique is its density. I had the chance to go to a lot of different cities, and I looked at a lot of different cities. I was looking for a good startup ecosystem. But the thing that's very unique about Ann Arbor is we have tremendous density, and I think that that's incredibly important. It's a small city with a lot of great thinkers and doers, too. There's a lot of smart people in this town. And this meetup gives us a chance once a month, basically, to get together and see what's going on in our community. Someone smarter than me once said that these random collisions will basically shape your life. Brian Kelly, who you know, who is usually the MC for this, Brian and I met back in 2004, randomly in DC. I actually thought he was going to take my job when I was working for the Department of Homeland Security. Little did I know, 15 years later, he and I would have started our second company together, and I'd be moving to Ann Arbor to work with him on company number 2. So keep that in mind. I mean, not that specific story, but keep in mind that the random people that you meet sometimes play a tremendous role later on in life. So meet as many people as you can. You can find us at madeina2.com/Slack and madeina2. I want to give some thank yous out, call out some thank yous to the Entrepreneurship Clinic at the U of M Law School, Dana Thompson, founding director of Michigan Law's Entrepreneurial Clinic. A2 Geeks, a nonprofit dedicated to making Southeast Michigan and Ann Arbor a great place for geeks and creatives to live, work, and play. Rayle, R2 Vive on the video, every single time this guy is here, and every time he knocks it out of the park. Thank you, Doug Song, Zach Steinler, Scott Gochi, David Bloom, et al. Pizza House, Ann Arbor Spark, is committed to bringing together organizations and individuals to support the growth of companies and creation of jobs. As you know, we always go out and party for a little while at Pizza House, so I will be picking up the tab tonight for a limited number of pizzas, so come on out and join us. For the pitches, the agenda is we will run until about 8 p.m. We have 5 companies. Each company has a 5-minute pitch and a 5-minute Q&A. The pitch and Q&A from 5 companies, and the community announcements. So think about yours now. So in the community announcements at the end, people kind of line up, and then we have the announcements and we move on. A2NewTech is always the 3rd Tuesday of each month. April is spoken for, and in April we will have Tech Arb Startups, which is the U of M undergraduate accelerator. But we do have openings in May and June. So if you know anybody that has a company or is doing a startup or something like that, please let us know. Please email organizers at a2newtech.org. All right, we're going to get started with our presenters. So I'd like for you to silence your phones and tweet using #A2NewTech, and we will get started. First company that we have is CU with Ife and Arwa, co-founders of Meetup on Demand. CU is a mobile app that allows users to join or create activities in less than 20 seconds and meet people and make friends within an hour. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'll keep a timer and I'll flag my hand when you close 5 minutes.
Hi everyone, I'm Arwa and the CMO of CU. We all have limited time and no one likes to wait. If you no longer wait for a taxi because of Uber, if you no longer wait for an hotel reservation because of Airbnb, why wait to do the things that you like and makes you happy? Why wait to meet and interesting people and make them your friends. So you're gonna fill this gap. This app gonna help you to use your free time, and this app gonna help you to use your free time and take it to the next level. And see you. Hold on, I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah, that's fine. You're doing great.
So this app gonna help you to use your free time on the right things, and take it to the next level. CU is the mobile app that accelerates the social interaction and allow you to join or create an activity in less than 20 seconds. Meet people and make them your friends in less than 1 hour. Whenever, wherever, whoever. And if we're gonna show you the demo.
Okay, so I'll take over and can show you guys what exactly it is on the product side. So I'm the founder and CEO of CU. And so why we're special? So how many of you guys sign up here on Meetup? All right, raise your hands. And how many of you guys hate Meetup? It's just so confusing, you cannot find anything, raise your hands. Yeah. How many of you guys use Meetup app? Not the website, but app. You guys like it? No. Okay, so we're here to solve the problem. We think we can make this process easier and faster. So our really special is all our activity happen on the app is within 1 hour as radius of 1 mile around you. So what we can do, so here are just some regular categories we put here, but there are more. I'll show you guys later for the app demo. So who's this for? If you guys are either like freshmen, come to the new college, or come to the new city, this app allows you to make friends the same day you move in. Or you're the tourist, you like to go travel the cities, so this app can allow you, right after you arrive city, meet local people and make your friends, hang out anywhere you want. So, but that's not limited. Actually, CU is for anybody who wants to get with people, make friends, and have fun. So let me show you a demo. All right, so you have this login screen. And either, let's say you don't have any, so just log in and then see, hey, whatever you like to do, see, I want to go on a walk. Let's say walk. All right, so you can see, hey, some guys throw a party tonight. All right, so you can see on the top, starting 40 minutes, how many people are already in. Then you know what it is and where it is and what's the requirement for the age, or you don't have age, so which is free. So you don't want to do this, then just pass it. All right. So some guy wants to go hit gym and whatever, you know, maybe it's your neighbors or your classmates right after the lecture, you want to go do something, right? Whatever, maybe you live in a dorm. So somebody wants to go out, salad lunch, and then tell you, hey, you know, I don't mind, I'm long. I want to meet somebody. If somebody wants to come with me, just shut up and you're going to meet. So it's 45 minutes, right? Maybe before your lecture, and then you can have lunch after your lecture. So, all right, so we see here's walking. And then hit the map, and then you'll see, hey, where you are. So the blue one is your location, and the red one is the destination. So you can go to Google Maps too. So you say, okay, so this one looks cool. Let me get in. So this, when you hit in, or you swipe left, now swipe right, and bring you to a group chat. So where you can see the host. So the host, which is this girl, and so you can ask her, hey, you know, where exactly you want meat, and what else you want me to bring, maybe water or whatever, you know, just some small stuff. So once you're done, then on this page you have previous chat. So other stuff is you know, your profile. So somebody maybe say, hey, you know, I don't find anything I'm interested. Let me create something, right? So the rule of this app is you cannot create until you pass all the activity which you are not interested. If you see something interested, you have to join. All right. If you ask me why, and I'll leave this for Q&A section. So let's say you're not interested in any of this, just pass. Alright, we pass the pizza coupon, so that's fine. Alright, so group study, and then in this page, so let's say, hey, I swipe everything out, and then I want to create something. So, almost done. So you can just create anything. Alright, let's say you guys think this event is amazing, and you guys want to discuss more after this event, and just shut up, and people in this room, or maybe outside, they'll say, hey, let's go grab some pizza and talk more. Okay, so I think that's it. All right, thanks everybody.
All right, 5 minutes for Q&A. Let's get started if people have questions for these two. Yes?
So I assume all these people that you're going to meet already have to be in the app?
Yeah, right. So it has to be the users. Yeah.
How do you guys plan to make money?
Yeah, it's a good question. So let me tell you a story. One day I was doing person validation. I was literally walking down a local club clothing store. I asked the manager, I say, hey, I know you guys always have like summer sale or something. And how do you let people know? And they said, we just put the board outside the shop and people walk back and see that. And I said, oh, okay, how about online appearance? They said, oh, we have Instagram page. I said, how many followers? It's 200. I said, yeah, that makes sense, 200. You don't give any value to your followers, but they will follow you. I said, what do you think if 1 mile of the people, all of them can see your ads with this app? Would you like to get on our app? I said, yeah. Of course, why not? And same thing, I went to 5 other, there were 2 gyms and 3 other clothing stores, so this is the main way we monetize our app. So basically local business promotion. Any questions?
Yeah, so does that mean, so your B2B customers are going to pay a premium versus your personal customers? Like, I just want to use it to make a parties?
So users are free.
Users are free, but businesses are not?
No.
So how do you regulate who's a business and who's a user?
Because we can see that because you will create coupon or something like that. Because if you say, hey, our clothes on sale, that who will join you? Like, for what? Right? We have different page.
So is the app live, and how are you going to seed it? What's your strategy to seed it and get it pumping?
So you mean marketing, right?
Well, sure.
So you like, how do we let people know our app, or like?
No, how are you going to? I mean, obviously you're going to let them know through all the ways you'd let them know. But what's your strategy on where your focus is going to be on how you're going to make that grow? Because you need people knowing people within 1 mile. That's
right. So that's
great
why
if you're in Times Square.
Right.
So what's your strategy?
So that's why we release our app only on the population density area. So we will not release middle of nowhere. That's why we need to get the user traffic up, and maybe that's why within 1 hour and any kind of activity can go through in 1 hour. That's strategy. Yeah, last one.
What's the advantage of limiting it to 1 hour and not some other time?
That's exactly, we said this is Meetup on demand. So that's basically whenever, wherever. You don't use this app until you want to do something. So that's, you're doing homework, don't use it until, hey, I have a couple hours for free, let me check out what's happening around, then just jump right in. Yeah. Any questions we got? Stick around some time.
Any other questions? We've still got
1
minute or 2.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah.
It's very personal experience focused as opposed to professional development. Like,
So yeah, so as you guys know, you can see our competitors Meetup and Eventbrite, but we're not really replacing those websites. Why? If you have conference, you will not go on this. This is for personal, right? This is for like small thing you won't go do something. Let's say you want to create a study. You cannot create on Meetup. You cannot create on Eventbrite. You can, but who will look for that, right? If you have professional conference, of course you will go to this website. Yeah. So this really feels like that.
How do you make sure people are in the same, like, who are they claiming to be the true person? Like, do you require Facebook accounts or Twitter to make sure that you're meeting the right person, or can you see who's going to be at the event, or only just the number of people?
Oh yeah, you can see that when you click that button, and it will show like who's on, and it does connect to your Facebook, Twitter, Google account too.
So you know there are real people there and not like people trying to.
No.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate
So
it.
yeah.
Oh, you have one more.
Yeah. So one more. All right.
How do you flag no-shows? It's a 1 hour window. Where people sign up, they don't show up. That's a
Oh,
frustrating situation to be in.
I mean, either way, for Meetup, you can sign up. You cannot show, so that's fine.
Right, true, but that's the
But
disadvantage
there-
of Meetup. That's what people don't like about Meetup. How do you overcome
But I
that?
mean, commitment, you cannot just, this is hard to do, I mean, on any app. Unless you charge them, then they say, hey, you know, I charge like $1 or whatever, you can make this small commitment. So, anything more to say?
10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, so actually, we came here, so there's some, you know, ask from us. So if you are developer either in Java or Swift, you know, just come by, say hi if you're interested in the product. Or if you have promotion channel or you're a local influencer or you're like on campus, you know, promoter and like that, and we would like to talk to you. Okay? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Seema, Sanjay Kungers. Seema is transforming software maintenance by applying evolutionary computation and machine learning so companies can focus on creating the future and not fixing the past. Let's welcome Seema and Sanjay.
Thank you. Good evening. How you guys doing? Let's see if this works. This works?
It did before.
Oh, there you go. Great. Thanks. Cool. So, what is SEMA? Well, SEMA is transforming software maintenance. So companies can focus on creating the future, not fixing the past. How many people here have worked in software maintenance? A few. How many people like doing software maintenance? One. Typically, I don't see any one person liking software maintenance. That's typically the case because most people love developing new software, but software that's been around for a while, it's a pain in the butt trying to fix it, and then all the other problems that come with it. You know, oftentimes also you get in situations where developers inherit software. At that point, they've inherited software, they have no idea what it's about, and then as a result now they have to figure out what it is and have to deal with all those problems. So software maintenance is hard, and we'll talk about a little bit more about what some of the problems we're facing. Software maintenance is expensive also, so it's hard and expensive, nobody likes it, certainly developers don't. It can, based on the stats we've seen, eat up about 50 to 60% of company software development budget. About 1 in 10 chance that software project will be completed on time. I've been around doing all these transformation programs for a very long time, and typically we find that the biggest problem with some of these transformation programs is just the fact that they have old software, lots of technical debt, and as a result, and that's never been factored in the planning, and when projects get to that point, they just cannot handle it, and the result is problems. And actually, there are no tools out there in the marketplace also as in software maintenance. From an opportunity perspective, it's pretty large. The total addressable market right now is about $61 billion. So starting from the annual enterprise spend and all, you come down to that. So, you know, if we can bring in a software maintenance tool, what we call continuous software maintenance tool in the market, that can address a lot of the problems that large enterprises have with software maintenance. So the solution is, what if we can build code that can fix code? And for up till now, it's been hard because of all the challenges that have been there in terms of AI and all not been as mature. In the last, I'd say, year or so, maybe a little bit longer than that, with machine learning improving, AI improving, and a lot of the other genetic programming that's coming in, that has become possible. So we are applying machine learning, genetic programming to this problem to be able to solve the software maintenance issue. And what we believe, though, is that to begin with, we don't want to automate software maintenance. We want to augment the developer. Developers are not going to be, they're not replaceable, and they are not going to be replaced, certainly not in the short run, maybe in the long run, but I don't think even in the long run for at least a long while. So given that situation, what we are looking to do is provide tools to augment their capabilities, to make them more productive along the way. So that's the augmentation part, and over time we'll be able to automate the software maintenance. End result, you got happy CEOs, happy CTOs, and hopefully happy CFOs also. Our progress to date, so our company has been around for about 6 months now. We have 2 products in beta. We have IP license for the core technology, which is the AI and machine learning IP. We have 1 additional product in development. We have a full, pretty much large team, technologists and scientists, and the business team recruited. We are looking for developers. We have gone through a pre-seed round, which was oversubscribed. We closed about a month ahead of schedule. And we have 4 pilots right now with pretty large corporations in progress. We are not looking for, at this point, what I say, paid pilots or paid customers, just because we want to figure out what's the right product, right, and what the right features are. So we're really looking for ideas and the right roadmap and the right features for the product going forward. This is a quick view of our products right now, the 2 that are in production or that are available in beta, SEMA Detect and SEMA Refactor. The products are very user-friendly interfaces. You can visualize the code, you can figure out the quality issues in the code, you can figure out some of the anti-pattern smells in the code, and be able to also see what the relationship between some of those problems are. All of that, and once you've done that, you can then see what those problems are, and also figure out the fixes to that problem. Our team, I won't spend too much time on it, but you can see we have a good set of people with lots of experience. And as I mentioned, the vision, we start with augmentation. We expect that over time we'll go to automation, and then eventually, hopefully, someday get to automation of the software development itself. How can you help? We're looking for software architects and developers who are experienced in Java development, in cloud, primarily in AWS is what we're doing our development, and also companies that are open to providing us advice and input on our roadmap. As I mentioned, we are looking to get some feedback on how companies are, what kind of features are looking for, and whether our roadmap will meet their requirements. And that's it. Wow.
Questions for Simon?
So what kind of maintenance are we talking about? It's quite broad. And is this something that, and what's behind the AI? What kind of data are you feeding it? Like, what's the general idea behind how that works? Because of course, anyone you would say.
How much time do you have? We can spend a lot of time on that. Basically, it's a lot of information that we have about programs and what's on the problem-resistant software. That is what's fed into the tool. The actual code goes into the tool. So let's say the Java. Currently, our product is available on Java. We very soon will be available on C# as well as for JavaScript and other languages that are coming. Primarily object-oriented languages. Over time, we are looking at adding some procedural languages also, but right now it's all old languages. But the point is that the input would be, let's say, Java. And then there is the algorithms that we have, which is the generic programming languages, that goes in and looks at all the problems that are there, and then and then goes through what the options are to fix that. And then the screen that's out there allows the user to pick and choose and say, what quality metrics do I want to optimize? Say I want to reduce coupling. I want to increase cohesion, whatever that might be, right? And that, based on that, the refactor will give you a recommendation as to what to do about that code in terms of how to move things around, how to move functions, how to move classes, how to maybe restructure packages and stuff like that.
So would you consider it as like a more advanced development environment, like almost something that maybe one day people would plug into the development environment to help you?
We don't expect to replace the development environments that are there. We expect to hook into the development environment.
Yeah.
So today, for example, if you use Eclipse or IntelliJ, they have some very rudimentary refactoring capability. Very rudimentary. You tell it what needs to be done, it'll do it. What we are bringing to the mix is things, as I said, a program that detects finds what the problems are, tells you that the problem is detected, lets you pick if that is what you want to do, and then gives you recommendation. That can be fed into the tool, and it can then do the next necessary code generation. So that's kind of the idea. So we're not replacing it, it'll actually go hand in hand with that.
Other questions?
So you mentioned it detects problems automatically. I assume there's some set of problems that you guys are capable of detecting. I was wondering what that is.
It's a pretty large set. It's about, about 20 or so, or more than that, anti-patterns. You can look at all of the various smell topography, some quality issues that would be detectable. So all of those. So it's a much larger set than you can find in today's tools. And again, if you're interested, we can talk more about it, and I have a list that I can provide.
Where does it fit with continuous integration and continuous deployment? I could see it being used over there.
It is, we actually, there is an article we put out which is basically what we call continuous software maintenance. So there's continuous integration, there's continuous delivery, but there's not a whole lot in terms of post-delivery. So this basically fills the gap of continuous software maintenance post-delivery. So the idea is that in the theme of iterative and incremental development that Agile and other techniques allow, as Rajesh said, it's all the continuous integration, continuous delivery, and the automated testing, and then after that, continuous software maintenance. The questions?
Got one more question, if somebody's got a question. Sorry.
You determined $61 million or $1 billion market opportunity. Did you make any assumptions there? And is that your target, or is that the target for overall all the?
Well, that was a Gartner number. So I'm sure they made some assumptions. I don't know off the top of my head what the assumptions were, but that is something that Gartner, it's their slide. So we didn't create that, but we just used that. So like I said, I'm sure they made some assumptions. And for us, we're not thinking that all of that is targetable by us. It might be a small, maybe a subset of that, but that would be interesting to us.
Anything else? Thank you very much. All right, our next presenter is Global Health Management Research Corps, Elaine Schnuringer, Louis Yen, a technology to improve health-related quality of life and well-being for individuals, organizations to assess, monitor, select, and engage in health programs actions. I'm not sure why this is.
All good?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, all right, good evening. I'm going to talk really, really fast. I'm going to apologize right now because we only have 5 minutes. So I'm going to present to you a health management technology system that can change the way we do healthcare as we know it right now. The Global Health Management Research Corps is an environment that was created originally from the spinoff of the University of Michigan Health Management Research Center here at the university starting in 1981. These are some of the core individuals that are now part of the Global Health Management that were originally with the HMRC. And because we believe that what we've done over the last 40 years, we would like to commit to perpetuate it and continue the development of the technology. The center originally grew from just 3 full-timers at 500,000 to over 5 million with 30 individuals. We expect to grow a lot faster because we've already developed the technology, the database, the reputation, and the network base in the field.
It's really weird. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, but you did it.
Yeah, I did it. You just tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
Okay, our advisory board was the original creator of this research center, Dr. T. Eddington. We also have some very distinguished University of Michigan personnel, as you notice. Yeah, there we go. Oh.
Branstad again?
No, there's something really messed up with this. It's just
Are any IT people?
lots.
This is like a tech meeting, whatever. Yeah. So to build our database, we engaged these companies and actually far many more over the years. The center has established itself as the pioneers and expert in healthcare management, healthcare cost containment, and wellness. These companies provided us with their data, and so we could help manage their healthcare costs, their productivity, and improve their overall quality of life. As you can see, it's a wide array of large organizations, health systems, consortiums, and so on and so forth. The benefits, I could just keep talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
The benefits of health management for these organizations were astounding. We help actually manage their medical, pharmaceutical, disability, workers' compensation, productivity, and absenteeism costs. The individuals, not just the organizations, showed risk reduction. And more importantly, they showed risk aversion. We actually found through analyzing medical costs that an individual who does not acquire a risk actually saves more healthcare costs than an individual who reduces a risk, which is the traditional way of looking at it. We're really far down. Okay. Our academic achievement precedes us. So the validation of this technology is through over 200 publications, over 2 billion data points, and over 6 million individuals followed more than 20 years of medical claims and health risk data. Where do we intervene? We intervene down here. Typically, medical intervention is over here. So the whole power of what we do is we can actually determine who will be sick or who will get this adverse event by the data and the technology that we use. So that is the power of what we do. And we don't even always need medical cost data. We can look at other healthcare or health risk data. Next. This is an example of a corporation that actually used our technology and showed savings after participants used it and used our interventions. It's a 2-to-1 ROI for medical costs, pharmaceutical, workers' compensation, disability, and productivity. Next. So this is actually the core slide. What do we do and what does that mean? So we have developed trend management. And what does that mean exactly? So trend management, in our words, looks at the power of the data. First, let me get this really fast. Rather than looking at prevalence of risk. So we say 65% of the population is overweight, and so many have high blood pressure, and so many do this. And so when you look at an individual and they're overweight and they're high blood pressure and they have high stress, and there's an intervention. You just randomly choose it? No. We look at the most effective prioritized risk that impacts the overall health and the overall cost of that individual. And it's not a single risk, it's the combination of risks. And that leads us to risk clusters. And we looked at combinations of risks. And typically in a clinical setting, you look at combinations of biometric risk. But we found, for instance, that the combination of psychosocial risks were actually causing higher costs than actually the combination of biomedical risks. So that's just an example of a risk cluster analysis. And we actually created or developed 200 different clusters to hone it down to those high cost clusters. Our predictive modeling can predict the excess cost of an organization and their current claims and determine what cost savings can be based on their certain targeted interventions. And lastly, the power of our big data is what provides us the strategic approach to current or potentially high-cost individuals. Our current efforts have focused on adults, but we have worked with adolescents, seniors, and we want to work with college-age students to do the same thing.
That's the current mission of our nation, and we are empowering people to make the health choices. Nice. This is a platform we are to develop. We have been use a reporting questionnaire reporting system. We want to put that all into the internet, and we have intelligence we call the data learning system, which we want to compile all the individual data, all the health-related data by same sequentials, and then we do the projection based on other people with the same conditions to help people to find the best solution for their life. And our customers is the organizations and communities, and as well as the service providers. And our purpose here is we try to raise in some seed money to run a company, the next slide please, for our expert and to develop the system. And we have a business milestone, our company current already in operation for a year and based on the moonlighting model. Thank you very much.
Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Is this data you're collecting part of an organic data collection management? Like, is this being collected through like household surveying type of work, or how's this data gathered?
The data gathered from different resources. For the house rest, the survey data, we are gathered from individuals, families, by the questionnaire. We got from house cleaning about cleaning data. We got from house insurance about all the house insurance claim data. And we also got the employers' data for workout, for disability, for accident. And we also got the program provider data for people actually participating in the house management program, such like Untitled program.
Yeah, so where do you get those data, like those information, is that confidential?
Yeah, that's what I said. Our customers actually is the organizations, is the communities. We have to sign agreement to work for them.
So what's the benefit for them?
They looking for a cost saving.
Yes.
So is your primary customer the insurance companies or the patients themselves?
The primary customer is an organization that's looking to manage costs. So it could be an employer group, it could be a health system, it could be an insurance company, it could be a community. So they're looking to manage the costs of their either employees, their members, however you want to, their community members, and so on and so forth.
So if it is a health system, how do you account for the uninsured person who might not be in any database until they have their first event?
Right. That's actually the power of our entire system, because we are not completely based on medical cost data. We also look at self-report data, and we have validated those data. So when we don't have medical cost data, we look at those particular data, compare that individual to someone who has a similar cost, similar demographics, and then follow those costs over a longitudinal study. And so we place them into predictive modeling and say, looking at your entire population, this is what it's going to look like if you don't make some changes right now. So that's different than your typical clinical model or insurance model even, where you absolutely need medical cost data to put people in the buckets. We don't necessarily need that. And that's been part of our research for the last 40 years, looking at how we can translate a group of self-report risks to cost data. Yes?
So, most of these health insurance companies have this predictive modeling, have this population health and condition management and case management. So, what is their response to your product? I come from that background.
Yeah, I actually work in an insurance company. After this center closed, I actually worked in an insurance company. So yeah, sitting in the boardroom is a little challenging. Unfortunately, the focus in an insurance company environment is typically the highest 5%, the highest cost individuals, and they're totally looking at medical costs, just medical claims. But as we know, or many of us know in this room, most people don't have any claim. They don't have medical claims. So you're looking at only those people who have medical claims. There are a lot of people who are sort of silent bombs in an insurance membership that when we collect other data from them as they go through the system, and the beauty of it is with Medicare, for instance, those individuals have to actually fill out a health risk appraisal as being part of Medicare. So that's a beautiful thing. And so the idea is for all these other insurance companies to gather those self-report data first, and then put them into buckets, and then speed your efforts to those that need to be managed early on before that medical claims occurs. Why are we waiting for the emergency room visit? Why are we waiting for the adverse effect? Why are we waiting for medication intervention? We're trying to precede that and say, looking at this combination, this person is heading into a high-cost category. Let's intervene right now. Yes.
One more question. So you mentioned how your technology helps identify who those high-risk people would be. Do you also provide a service to then mitigate their risk once they're identified, or is it only the identification?
Well, what we do is help work with, part of our technology does that, but we also work with a consortium of vendors who can do that to make it more sophisticated. Like I did work with case managers, but I offered them data that was a little bit different than what they originally used to work with certain personnel. So that's how we provide the data to those vendors and prioritize those individuals for them so that we can get to the right people at the right time as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Sorry to
everybody.
disrupt you.
All right, our next presenter is Jotful with Dawn Verbrugge. I said that a million times. Jotful is a tech-enabled service that creates and maintains beautiful, adorable, affordable, and affordable and hassle-free websites for small businesses leveraging proprietary software that's purpose-built for speed. Thank you, Dawn.
Thank you.
Hopefully this is ready to go.
Well, I'm going to need your help at one point, so I'm going to switch to a website, which is already loaded
Okay.
on there.
Sounds good.
So I'll let you know that.
Okay.
And does this work?
Should.
In theory?
In theory.
Yeah.
In theory, everything should work.
Hi, my name is Dawn Verbrugge, and I'm the founder and CEO of Jotful. Jotful is a tech-enabled service that delivers professional, affordable, and hassle-free websites for small businesses. Our mission is to make it possible for every single small business to have a professional online presence. Brilliant. Here in the US alone, there are 4.6 million businesses with fewer than 10 employees. And would you believe that today half of them do not even have a website? Now, they know that they need a professional online presence, but the options that are available to them today are not satisfactory. They could hire a website developer, but that will probably cost them thousands of dollars, and it would take weeks or months for that website to launch. Alternatively, they could use do-it-yourself website builder software, like what is offered by Wix or Squarespace or Weebly, but that would require them to learn how to become designers, and also to learn how to use the software. These are not website designers. These are small business owners. They own bridal shops. They own bakeries. They own barber shops. They're not going to learn how to build their own website. How many of you know a small business owner like this or a small business like this? Okay, almost all of you. So I have a lot of business cards here. You want to come and talk to me afterwards. We charge $39 a month for our service. At $39 a month, this is a $2.2 billion annual market opportunity. What we do is that we create the website for the small business, we launch the website, we host the website on AWS, and then we co-maintain the website with the small business. Our websites are mobile friendly and they are SEO prepared. And I will let you, because this is A2NewTech, I thought I would actually do a demo, which is technologically, there we go. Great, so I can drive this. Yep. So this is an example of a website that was built on our product. The way we're able to create websites and do this for only $39 a month is that we have built our own proprietary technology. It allows us to create websites very rapidly and very efficiently maintain those websites. But importantly, it also gives our customers the ability to make most of the updates that they need to on their own without having to learn how to use any software. So this is an example of one website that was produced by our product. This website was probably produced in less than 2 hours. To give you an example, for a customer to make edits to their own website, they just type /edit after their own URL. They log in. This is public typing, always terrifies me. And once they're logged in, you can see that they aren't taken to any kind of editor. The editor is literally their website, which makes it extremely intuitive to make changes. Let's say, for example, they want to change the hours of operation, which, by the way, our experience shows us that this is one of the most common changes that they make. If they want to stay open later during the week, they can merely click, type, and now that change is live on their website. It's that easy. And what's more, where there are multiple instances of these, they are actually linked in our product. So if, for example, you go to the Visit Us page, you will see that the time is also updated here automatically. If they were to change their address and move down the street, that address automatically gets changed here on the Visit Us page, down in the footer, and it moves the pin on the map. We'll go back to that. Our customers say that the experience is practically magical because they don't actually have to learn how to use software. So where are we as a business today? I actually just started this business late last year. So last year I built a prototype and got the first customers on the prototype. So we had a handful of customers on the prototype, took what we learned from that experience and used it to scope out the actual product, hired an engineer, and we just launched that product in February. So what you saw was just launched in February. We have our first customers launching on the product this week. In fact, the first one is due to launch tonight, which is very exciting. Our goal is to reach 300 customers by the end of this year, and then to scale from there to 1,500 and then to 4,000 customers. Now, 4,000 customers might seem like a lot. It certainly seems like a lot to me today, standing here. But it's actually not when you look at some of the comparables. This is in line with the growth rate of Squarespace, for example. And when you look at a company like Wix, they went public in 8 years. They are currently worth $4 billion on the market. Squarespace, Wix, and Weebly all combined represent less than 4% of the entire market of websites with content management systems. And I just told you one is worth $4 billion, and Squarespace is a unicorn. This is a snapshot of our expected unit economics. Obviously, we're early on, so a lot of these are assumptions. We think our customers will stick with us for about 3 years, which implies a 2.8% monthly customer churn rate and a revenue of $1,600 per account. If you subtract from that about $600 for the cost of service, as you might imagine, the majority of the cost of service is going to go into the labor required to create the websites and to maintain those websites over time. That leaves us with a gross profit margin of about 60%. 60% is less than the gross profit margin of a pure SaaS company, but more than that of a service company. You can see as a tech-enabled service, we really fall in the middle. We expect our customer acquisition cost to be about $200, leaving us $800 as contribution toward overhead. And because this is A2NewTech, there's always an ask. My email address is up there at the top. In order to get to 300 customers, we really need lots more awareness. When we talk to customers right now, they're really excited about the product, and people take us up on the offer. Our conversion rate is very high, but we need a lot more awareness, and you can help. Like us on Facebook, like us on LinkedIn, share our posts when you get them. We would really appreciate it. If you have any small business owners, and I know you do because I saw your hands, come get the card from me and recommend us to them. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
There's a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
How is this different than something like Upwork, where you can meet freelancers locally and you can give them requirements and get the job done?
Yep. So with Upwork, you are hiring somebody to build something for you that's completely custom, right? And they're building it from scratch, and you might hire them. They might be, for example, a WordPress developer, right? In our case, we use our own product. We use our own styles. So we have, what you saw up there was one of our styles. And we launch things much more quickly. You don't have to manage us, right? You just provide us with content and we put it in. In fact, the way we typically work with customers when we're launching, now that this product is up and running, we're off our prototype, is that we turn the site over to them with a bunch of lorem ipsum dummy copy, and they can go in and just type their real copy in there.
And do you do like all kinds of sites, e-commerce, static?
Great question.
marketplaces?
We aren't doing any e-commerce sites or marketplaces at this time. That's too much. When we talk, most of our customers are local service-based businesses, so most of them aren't doing e-commerce anyway. When they are doing e-commerce, they tend to be pretty easy things like, I wrote a book and I'd like somebody to be able to buy that book. Well, in our case, that's just a link out to Amazon, right? Or this example here is a restaurant that wants people to make reservations on Open Table. We can link out to Open Table and make them and allow for that. Yeah.
How would you differentiate yourself if people have to see the demo in order to see the value prop against something like Wix and Weebly and some of those other pieces?
Yeah, people don't really have to see the demo to see the value proposition because we're not actually talking about how easy it is to maintain the websites because they're so happy about the fact that for $39 somebody will build this for them, right? With Wix and Squarespace, you're going to pay between $10 and $26 a month depending on which plan you're on, and you have to design the whole thing yourself, which you're probably not very good at because you're not a website designer, right? I mean, not you, our customers, maybe you are. Because they know that they're intimidated by the idea of trying to design professional websites themselves. Yeah.
You said they give you the content, so what about scenarios like, I don't have a great video for my store or whatever, you know, photographers, videographers, what's the plan? Do you have like partnerships with creatives?
Yeah, great question. So we, on the plan that I showed earlier, we want to strike these kinds of referral agreements going forward. We think that we can be a source of referrals for, say, local photographers for exactly that. We do have right now on our website a business starter package because one thing that we learned when talking to customers is if they're new, they need other things. They need a logo in addition to their website. They need somebody to secure the domain name. They need Gmail set up. And so we're now offering that as a complete package for your businesses. Yeah.
Do you support multiple languages or have that on your own time?
The product itself is built so that it can, in the future, support multiple languages. It would require us internally to have the human beings to support multiple languages, so that's the biggest challenge for us there.
How do you quantify how the website translates into actual customers? As
Yeah.
in, how do you justify the monthly fee for a business owner?
Oh, it's not up there anymore. So there was a quote, I mean, we only have, sort of the handful of customers on our prototype, but one of them who had a quote up here earlier, they had a website before we started speaking to them, but they weren't proud of what they had created themselves. So we built this new site for them, and they called us and asked us to create another site for them. And the reason why is because their business had grown incredibly since they launched that site. And it's just basic things like looking more professional, having a call to action so that people can make appointments. But they're actually booked solid for the next 2 months straight, and they've never seen anything like that before. The more kinds of quotes that we have like that, the more social proof we can add to our website. And that's, in my opinion, the biggest thing we're missing right now from a marketing perspective. Yeah.
So in terms of content and SEO, how compatible is it? Can people add a bunch of pages? Is there a limit of pages? What do you get?
Yeah, there's no limit to the number of pages that you can have. In order to add a new page, we have to do that for the customer. Like the demo that I showed you is just the text that they can edit themselves, right? But we add new pages for them. In terms of SEO, we have it baked into our products so that we're including it in page titles, and meta descriptions, and image alt tags.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
This is
you.
great. All right, the last presenters, so this is going to be a little bit more interactive. We're not timing this one, but we are announcing the Detroit Startup Week. So Monica Wheat and David Bloom. Detroit Startup Week is Techstars' largest entrepreneurial event. 5 days, 200 plus programs, 800 plus startups, and 7,000 participants. This year, Techstars is reaching out to Ann Arbor to build a broader and more diverse entrepreneurial ecosystem. So these people will discuss this right now.
Hello. Thank you for the good intro. My name is Monica Wheat, and this is David Bloom.
Hey.
I'm sure many of you know him.
Now that it is. There it goes.
All right.
Okay, we're doing it.
Cool. All right. We're going to go. I'm going to talk really fast as well. We're going to talk to you a little bit about what Startup Week is for Techstars, why we're doing it, the tentative timeline, some of the team structure, and then the next steps for entrepreneurs and businesses to get involved like yourselves. and then we'll have some FAQs, if you will. Detroit Startup Week this year is June 18th through 22nd, 2018. So it's in a few months, but you have plenty of time to figure out one way or another to participate. So for those who don't know, as we mentioned, it's a week-long celebration. So it's 5 full days of programming. It's over 100 events. Last year there were 270 events. It is volunteer-led. We are all volunteers, and it's completely free. Anyone can come and join in, and there's tons of opportunities for prizes. A couple $1 million is given out in funding. We have, one more time. There's 10 programming tracks, we'll talk about them in a minute. And as you mentioned, over 7,000 attendees. All right, so what we're trying to do as far as creating the ecosystem between Detroit, that's our biggest piece, is we are focused on giving entrepreneurs what they need in order to succeed. And a lot of that has to do with providing them resources, classes, the ability to interact with funders, the ability to get customers, all of those things. We are really working to be a part of that solution for the Detroit and overall ecosystem in southeastern Michigan. That's me. My co-founder couldn't be here tonight, or my co-lead, if you will. His name is Kyle Bazzi. Some of you may have seen him last week. We were on campus again. I'm back. Again, I'm a University of Michigan grad. The other piece is that we also joint run the pre-accelerator. Techstars global pre-accelerators in Detroit as well, and we run that together as well. All right, so our first year is 2016. We were the largest first-year startup week in the country, and that was Detroit. So we are very, very proud of that. We want to continue to keep growing what we're able to accomplish in this area. For the last, the font is a little bit off, but we'll just roll with it. For the last 2 years, we had 87% growth year over year. Over 53% of our attendees were female. Over 60% of our attendees were a minority of some sort. And we won the most diverse Startup Week in the country. Startup Week is in 40 cities globally. That's all over the world, not just the US. 2017 was a big year for us. It was the first year where we topped over 6,500. This year they're thinking we're gonna go over 8,000, probably closer to 10. There's 250 programs, and we had 190 partner organizations join us in hosting programs. This year we will likely not have 250 programs. This year we're gonna focus on probably 150, and we're spreading what we're able to do from an impact perspective as far as being able to give people funding, getting people matched with investors, getting people matched with corporate innovation partners, things like that, versus quantity. So that's our shift. And we had almost 300 speakers. Our first year we were live streamed on CNN. We've been featured in Forbes, and we've had a total audience reach of 99 million. We've had over 175 media articles written about us, and we had a TV audience of just under 800,000. So we're a pretty big footstep, and our partners have been we have a ton of partners that come on board, host programs, again, all free, where they are coming in and teaching, giving aid, giving tools, making everything as accessible as possible from a lot of different viewpoints, depending on what type of company you are. So when we talk about why we're doing Startup Week, we have a couple of reasons, and we're not going to go really deep into them, but these are the things that we use from a Techstars perspective globally to kind of help us make sure that we are helping a city achieve its top potential as far as being a startup ecosystem. So we're looking at how many people, what the culture is for startups, how much capital they have, what kind of talent they have, and what the regulatory environment looks like. So our goal overall is to empower you all as who are our goal.
Just keep going.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. To solve real problems and to provide continuity. I don't know.
So thank you for solving that real problem.
That was real problem. All right. So this is how we plan to do it. It's gonna go. All right. We're identifying the community. We really focused year one on Detroit. On year two, we spread out into doing stuff in the neighborhoods, and we also had partnerships. We had some Ann Arbor Detroit partnership, but we want to expand that, and that's where David comes in. We also have partnerships with Toledo, Windsor, and other cities as well, because there's a lot of attention on what Detroit and the Detroit Ann Arbor area is going. For those of you who don't know, I also run Startup Digest, which is the Detroit Ann Arbor Startup Digest, I can't talk. And we're just looking for ways to make sure we're expanding that footprint and kind of making sure we're meeting the needs of the entire ecosystem that Techstars is supporting here. All right, so 2018, this is when I was talking about learning tracks. There's 17 different learning tracks. There's almost half of them obviously are involved in technology. That's my area, that's most people's area, but we also do food entrepreneurship, retail entrepreneurship, place-based. We have a female founders track. We have real estate and real estate tech. We have IoT, medical, artificial intelligence, fintech. So there'll be programming in most, if not all, of these different tracks. So different companies are going to come on board and offer master classes, programming, funding competitions, all these things in these different tracks. This year we're going to be partially outdoors. It's going to be a combination of over 50 different places, including the Opera House, Grand Circus Park. We have in Detroit, the Fox Theater, Little Caesars Arena. We're going to have a little bit in some of these places. Concentrated downtown. We'll be outdoors the entire week, as well as some of those indoor locations. New venue, outside. Last 2 years, if you've ever been, I don't know, has anybody in here ever been to a startup week before? Awesome. So if you know that in the past 2 years, it was the Masonic Temple. So we used to take over 5 floors of the Masonic Temple, but that spread people out and didn't give us enough energy. So the key things that are opportunities besides the individual programming tracks are that we have the Quicken Loans Demo Day. Last year we gave away $2.5 billion in funding. We have Detroit Entrepreneurship Week, which is more on the small businesses in the neighborhoods where they were talking about how to interact with small businesses. We have free small business legal clinic. You will have the lawyers from the top firms in Southeastern Michigan are going to come give free time. You can come in and ask them questions. We have them review contracts. We have a retail partners program. We have a VC roundtable. We fly in expat VCs from all over the country who come back in and connect with our entrepreneurs. We have a huge hackathon. We have free headshots. We have free office hours from Amazon, Google, Chase. Everybody will come in and give their services to entrepreneurs who are trying to start or expand or scale businesses. So those are like the bigger programs. Demo day, as we mentioned.
It's all free.
Oh, and it's all free. And so this is like the high level timeline. This right now where we're at right now is we're still soliciting people. So if you have a company who wants to give a session, who wants to participate or be a program partner, we're still accepting those until April 28th. You saw it? Yes.
Is the URL up there?
I think so. It's on the next one.
Okay, good.
On April 28th, but that will be, I'm sorry, April 30th. And then we'll be doing, registration will open in May. And so that's just for general attendees. And again, as David said, free. All you have to do is sign up. There'll be free food, there'll be food trucks, all of that, and there'll be all of the classes and all of the different things that we have going on. And a huge networking space. So those are the key things. I'm not going to go that much into the I want to really focus on the next steps.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So you can nominate yourself to be a participant. So David is working on, we're going to do some transportation options to get people out there on a daily basis. So he's our lead helping us coordinate that. We also have specific coordination points which are focused on Detroit Ann Arbor programming. You can nominate someone else who wants to be a part of it. We are also obviously soliciting sponsors. This is a free volunteer-led event, but our sponsors are how we do this. You can propose a program. You can apply to be a speaker, and all of those are in our general forum. So that's pretty much it.
We had a bit.ly for programming.
Yes, if you want to submit a program, it's bit.ly/DSW programs. The D, the S, the W, and the P are all capitalized, and it is case sensitive. So if you have a program or you want to be a program partner or you know someone who wants to present or to be a part in that way, you can submit a proposal. It's a one-sheet form, and then we're evaluating them on a rolling basis. And again, it's free to present, it's free to be a participant, and you will have about 8,000 entrepreneurs from all over Southeastern Michigan to interact with. So that's pretty much it. So I wanted to leave minutes for questions, thoughts, ideas.
Anybody have any questions?
No questions?
You did pretty awesome, John.
I tried to go too fast.
Any questions?
You get any flack from the shoe store?
Yeah. Everyone asks me that. No. We actually on social media we do #DETSW.
What's your question?
I'm sorry if it's a dumb question.
No,
so
no.
when you talk about entrepreneurs, do you talk about specifically software-based companies, or can it be somebody who is starting a small business in, say, an agency, right?
Yes, we have all types. We have food entrepreneurs, we have tech entrepreneurs, we have retail, we have people who own brick and mortars, we have people who are just starting out, people who are at the ideation stage, people who have MVPs to test and they want to get Amazon AWS. We have people who are scaling and who are looking for different tiers and rounds, and it's all levels and all stages.
Perfect. Thank you.
do you offer programs like Techstars where you give training material or hook up with mentors in exchange for equity?
So Techstars in itself, if you don't know, and I guess I assume that most people did, I'm sorry, is a global accelerator. So they're in about 40 to 50 cities worldwide. So it's a traditional accelerator model where you get about 100 to 120K in exchange for equity as part of a 3-month program. In Detroit, we have Techstars Mobility, which runs out of Ford Field, where one of my offices is. And then we also have the pre-accelerator, which is now called Startup Boost. And Startup Boost is the pre-accelerator. It's not in exchange for equity. And it's a 6-week model, but it's a really like pitch testing people to get them out. And almost all of our people who graduate from that either go into hardcore full-time accelerators, get investment, or increase their revenue by a certain percentage.
Any other questions? One more question?
I saw a hand on that.
This is an option, you just bought it by now.
All right.
What is the definition of the program?
I'm sorry?
What is the definition of the program people offer?
Oh, so people, we have some on here in the back. People do all sorts of programs. I have a bunch of them. We do anything from, we had Google's Global Deals League came and walked us through their whole process. We had Crowdfunding 101. We had people who probably launched like a dozen different businesses. We had, we have an announcement now. Yeah. We have keynote speakers. The first year we had the global CEO of Chase. We had the global CEO of like 5 different other companies come on board. We have the mayor. We have James Over. We have everyone come on board and do fireside chats. And we had senators. We're going to have the governor this year. There's a lot of different people who come at different levels and speak, present, open, all that kind of stuff.
Thank you, Monica and David.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We'll be at Pizza House afterwards, and we're gonna be hitting you up.
Speaking of Pizza House, I need you to raise your hand if you plan to go to Pizza House so I can get a head count. Hands up, hands up. Let's see. Okay, sounds great. Okay, next thing, so it looks like about 28 people at Pizza House. Looking forward to seeing you all there. Next thing is we have community announcements. So if you have an announcement to make, please line up here at the side and make your announcement, and try to keep it 30 seconds or so, and we'll try to get out of here right at 8 o'clock.
Hi, I'm Russell Schindler, and some of you may recognize me, but I run a group just like this up in Traverse City. We call it A2NewTech. It's actually turned into a pretty big deal. We get about 200 people at our meetings every month. We actually started giving away $500 for every pitch. For not every pitch, to the winning pitch every month. So you can win some money. So the people that pitch tonight, if you guys want to come up to Traverse City, let me know. I'll be at the Pizza House. Again, Russell Schindler, tcnewtech.org.
Hi everyone, my name is Aaron Jones. This is Megan Stam.
Hi.
We are students here at the University of Michigan Law School. We're here as advocates or representatives for the Transactional Lab and Clinic here. We just wanted to quickly make everyone aware of all the resources that are available here for as you work on your entrepreneurial ventures. There are 4 different clinics here at the law school that will assist you with all of your business needs, making available legal services to you guys that would not otherwise be able to afford those legal services. So we're going to stick around here afterwards. We'd be happy to meet with you and discuss the opportunities available to all of you guys.
Hi guys, I'm Brooke Boyle. I'm the founder of Engage. And Engage is intended to serve primarily the Ann Arbor ecosystem for 2 reasons. We have a lot of people locally who act as connectors. And we have a program called the Connector Program that is intended to help people establish a network. It's sometimes hard, and we may even hustle really hard to get on LinkedIn and find those people that you're looking for that next opportunity. But the Connector program is intended to help newcomers so that they feel welcome, people who are going from student life to adulting, and finding those first kind of professional or personal connections to help them find out what that next opportunity is. Or people who are on the job hunt or in the middle of transition, so we help them establish that network. And then we help people diversify and expand their networks through a whole bunch of different events that we host. So the question is, one, if you know somebody who's new to the area and you're just trying to help them on that next step, I'd be happy to get to know them. Or if you recognize that you're someone who is in the habit of having a coffee with somebody and introducing them to your network, I'd be interested in talking with you about helping you expand your network and welcome those people that you might not have normally met otherwise. So it's almost like a humanized LinkedIn mechanism, but because of that human element, we're actually able to make some really authentic connections happen with people in the area. And Ann Arbor is right for that. We do that anyway every day. So anyway, I'll be around.
Hi guys, I'm Ben Branstad. I'm a sophomore in chemical engineering and I'm currently looking for an internship for this summer. I have various project experience in different biomedical projects and different research in microfluidics, as well as looking into the bus efficiency on campus. So if you have a need or you'd just like to talk with me later about different opportunities that you have available, let me know. Thank you.
And he's my grandnephew.
Oh.
Hi everyone, my name is Matt Picinato. I'm CTO at a software startup called Sift in downtown Detroit. We have 13 people on our team right now. We make the world's best employee directory for enterprise. And we are looking at expanding our team to a whole new product line. And so we're looking at doubling our team size this year. And 6 or 7 of those positions are for software engineering at various experience levels, from junior to senior, front and back end, you name it. So if anyone's interested, wants to chat, just come find me.
Hi guys, I'm Nick Clayton. I'm the CTO at a startup called Savitude. We have an AI that we sell to retailers that enables them to enable their customers to find clothes that fit their body shape and proportion. We're looking for a full stack web developer. So I saw there were 10 or 15 hands up in the room for people looking for jobs. If you want to email nick@savitude.com. We're looking.
Good evening, my name is Barbara Bolt. My product is Pitch Polish. I help entrepreneurs to effectively deliver their pitches. I came in January and said I was launching my workshop series in February. It didn't happen, but I'm now launching it in April, but in Detroit. I'm going to be hosting the first 4 sessions on Wednesday mornings at Bamboo in downtown Detroit. So if anyone is interested, come see me afterwards. I'll give you a card and make sure you get hooked up to get the information. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Quick show of hands. How many of you listen to podcasts? Cool. That's more than I thought. The reason I ask is because I actually produce a podcast called Michigan Makers, where the goal of it is to interview and highlight Michigan's top entrepreneurs, investors, makers, movers, and shakers to dive deep into why the comeback of Michigan's economy is inevitable. Episodes run and publish every Wednesday, so the next one is going to be tomorrow morning. So if you're looking for something to add to your listenership, check it out. It's Michigan Makers on all the major platforms, pending Spotify though. Thank you.
Wow, this is terrifying. Hi guys, I'm Rita Shelley. I am the CEO of Fierce Digital, which is a digital consulting agency, unsurprisingly so. I would love to connect with some of you here, which were great pitches. As part of my giving back to the Ann Arbor community, I run a community series for those entrepreneurs who cannot afford to work with a consultant, which tends to be a little bit expensive. My next community class will be on April 5th. This is my second one that I'm hosting. First one was a great success. We will be focusing on email hacks and how to build your email program for transactional emails and for your promotional emails. If you're interested in that, the session will be held at Bank of Ann Arbor. Please see me afterwards and I will let you know how to register for that session. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Rayle. I'm a co-founder of freshlandsers.com. So just to give you some background about what is this Freshlancer. For example, if you have a mobile app idea, you don't know how to get started, you are not sure whether it's going to work out or not. So that's where Freshlandsers come to help. So if you have an idea, you can share with us. We sign an agreement so that your idea is safe and secure, and then we work with you for 100 hours for free. If you like your idea, we maybe will give you a prototype of screens, or maybe we'll do a very basic proof of concept for your app. If you like it, and then we'll take it as a project. So that's our idea. So visit Freshlandsers, plural, freshlandsers.com, and if you have any question, I'll be stopping by here. Yeah, we can have a conversation. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Barimo Pongwusu. I'm working on a healthcare-based tech app, kind of bridging the gap between rare disease patients and connecting them. Very early in the ideation process, still validating the idea, and I'm looking for a developer to kind of help bring the idea to fruition and bring the project to life. So anyone who's interested, please find me afterwards, we can talk. Thank you.
All right, last but not least. Hi, I'm Alan All. Never mind. My name is Alan All. I'm an MBA student here, currently interning at a nonprofit organization called Bunker Labs here in the new Detroit chapter. We have an event coming up next week, next Wednesday in Ferndale. It's called Bunker Brews. If anyone wants to get plugged in and network with other military, foreign service members, we're entrepreneurs as well. Just go ahead and Google us and sign up for our newsletter, and appreciate your support.
Last but not least.
Somebody follow this.
Hi everybody, so I'm just going to get really shallow here. So I graduated from the University of Michigan 2011, and I have a small business here in the Southeast Michigan area. I run a pain relief clinic, and currently I'm grossing $200,000 per year. I'm aiming to go to $250,000. So I'm looking to network with someone who are also business owners, and just to pick each other's brain. So I am making more money than my friends now, so I'm hoping to network with somebody who's more successful than I am, hopefully as a mentor of mine. And so you have to make more than $200,000. I come with jokes, and I'm very good company, so hopefully I could bring value to you as well. So if you find that interested, this is me in Pizza House.
Doug Song left the room, so you're out of
So actually, I have one announcement to make. So Brian and I's company, which is Census.io, we do internet-wide scanning for security purposes. We scan every known IP address, and they basically create a census of every device that's on the internet. It's a spin-off from University of Michigan. We're also hiring 3 individuals right now. We're hiring an intern for this summer, so a software development intern, senior back-end engineer, and also a sales engineer, so somebody that does sales and sales engineering to help us expand the company. So please talk to me if anybody's interested in that. Other than that, let me conclude by saying the next A2NewTech will be Tuesday, April 20th. We'll have startups from the University of Michigan's Tech Art program and undergraduate student startup accelerator. We'll probably be in this location. Hopefully the tech works a little bit better this time. I apologize for it. Thank you for being patient with us. You can find us at madeina2.com/Slack or madeina2.com. And please, please contact organizers at A2NewTech.org with your pitch suggestions for the following
You
month.
might have to do the date. You said Tuesday, April 20th?
I
think it's
yes.
the 17th.
Oh, is it the 17th?
Yeah.
Okay. You can
Today's
blame
the
Brian.
20th.
You can blame Brian for that.
Absolutely.
Third Tuesday of the month. Apologize for that. Tuesday, April 17th. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys at Pizza House.